It's been crittered.
It's been crittered. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry.
And Tracy.
And we're down at the cabin, last day of the year. We made another video last night to sort of cover where we recapped all of 2021 and everything we got done. And we thought we'd sit down this morning while we're sitting here just enjoying this beautiful morning and talk about some plans for 2022. One of the plans, we've got lots of plans. There's a lot we'd like to get done this year. But it all comes down to time and money, and we don't want to, as my wife keeps telling me, it doesn't have to all be done right now.
Right.
So we've got a good list, but I don't think I think it's doable. So one of the things we want to do is put some skirting around the cabin. There's no insulation in that floor, and during the wintertime especially, it just gets super cold. We can't really get underneath it to put insulation in, so the best bet's to skirt it. So that's one of our plans. Electrical, we would like to get the wiring in here taken care of so we don't have like extension cords across the floor.
Right. And actual light fixtures that instead of battery lamps or whatever.
Yeah, a few more light fixtures would be nice. Water catchment.
Yes.
We'd like to get some water catchment. I think you can possibly see over Tracy's shoulder part of the IBC tote, and you may not be able to. I don't know.
It's over there somewhere.
But water catchment, that is one of the things we really want to do. With a filter we can make it potable, but just to be able to catch some water so we don't have to come up here with water as much, or go, when we're here for multiple days, go and find water and buy water. That's really something we would like to get taken care of this year.
Right.
The other chicken coop. This last year we tore down one of the old chicken coops that were here on the coop property and turned it into a woodshed. We talked about that in the other video. We still want to take down all the wiring and chicken wire and all that kind of stuff by the other chicken shed. We're not going to tear down the building. We've got a couple different ideas on what we can do with the building itself. But to start with,
Maybe a little greenhouse of some sort.
But start with, all the wiring has to be gone. And then there's still, I think, some buckets underneath there, which ends up catching water.
There, yeah.
And then water collects, and that becomes mosquitoes, and it just needs work. But with all the stuff over there, it's definitely a wintertime job. Oh, and the other outhouse. We'd like to go ahead and get it tore down. It's not been a usable outhouse for a long time. It looks like it was storage for a while, but then something's tore into it, and
it's been crittered.
It's been crittered. So that's going to need to come out as well. So again, does it have to happen this year? No, but it would just, these are things we would like to get done that we want to see get done anyway. So I don't think it'll be a big deal actually to tear down. It just takes time and effort. Let's see what else we got. We need 3 more batteries before summertime. That'll take us up to 6 deep cycle batteries, and hopefully that'll at least let us, we'll have to discuss some stuff and figure it out as we go along, but the plan was to be able to run the air conditioner all night long. We may not even need it to go all night long. We just may need it to just cool off the cabin. But when we're here in the summertime, for bedtime anyway, it gets so hot in the cabin. And so to be able to cool it off would be great. The lawnmower that was here when we bought the place, We've now been here about 1.5 years and we haven't even messed with it. It's still sitting in the shed.
Well, we just found the key that unlocks the chain where it's attached to the ground also. So
There's that.
couldn't have got it out of there without a lot of effort. We got the key.
But we'd like to get it working. Getting one of the trailers that's here. We took one trailer home, but we'd like to get the other trailer here working so we can, cart stuff around. Use it like a utility vehicle and a utility trailer here on the property.
And some mowing.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a whole lot better and faster than
the wheel trimmer.
The wheel trimmer. Especially making paths down to the river, which we still like to do for us and for the neighbors. If we do that, we'll probably get it working. We'll probably build a lean-to or something to keep the mower out of the weather, and then that would give us more room in the storage shed. And I'd like to make a wood shop in there that everything can stay dry. We can bring stuff in there, and gives me a place to start. Gives me a place to work for as we start doing bigger projects and more woodworking projects, and as we start next year working on the house and stuff like that. Or
even on the overflow office stuff.
Right, yeah. And we're talking about maybe not this year, but
cabinets or something in there.
Cabinet, yeah, and we're talking
storage.
About wraparound porch on here eventually. We just need a place to be able to work, to set up a wood shop. I have a lot of the tools I think I need, but we need a place to work.
Be organized.
Organization's not my strong suit. And then tear down the carport, and I know you can see it behind us. It's got at least three of the supports are just got termites all in them. You can see them. There's not enough lean on the roof, so the water just sits on that tin roof, and it's rusted.
Tin roof rusted.
Thank you, B-52s. Anyway, that's just going to need to come down.
And that's where the other building can go.
We're going to. We need when we do move here, because again we're going to live here in the cabin for a while. Right now I work from home. And we can't, especially in the worst part of the years, we can't just both be inside this little cabin all the time. Especially if I'm on conference calls and the like. So we're going to build where the carport's at, some sort of office overflow living space. Eventually between it and here we'll even have probably a covered walkway, and if we wrap around a porch, just gives us more outside space, but it gives us a way to go from one building to the other without getting super wet when it's raining or the like. There's lots of stuff we don't know exactly what we're going to do with it yet, because there's other things we've seen talked about. Other things we've seen and talked about that we could use it for. But that'll be towards the end of the next year, because it'll cost us some money to do that, and some of this other stuff would be nice to have done, especially obviously that has to come out. And then one of the other projects is redoing the culvert. As we come
making a culvert.
Right.
There's not one.
As we come down the road, as we come down the little private road, there's a washout where a creek washes out the road. With the truck, it's not an issue. With my orange car, it's an issue. With the Mazda I had for a while, it was an issue. I would bottom out every single time. So what we'd like to do is dig it out, put in a culvert, cover it up with some gravel. And just to
give the water a place to go without taking the road with it,
and make it easier for us to come across, especially when it is rainy. And then when we do have friends come and visit, we don't have to tell them, okay, now watch out for the culvert, or whatnot. I think I've got the smallest car right now, so if my orange car can make it, anyone can make it, but still, it needs to be done. But that's going to require either a tractor or a bobcat and gravel and a culvert, and that's one of those I'd like to see done sooner than later, but it's also a money thing. So we'll have to see how it goes. But that's our 2022 to-do list. It's a good sized list, but again, I think most of it can be done. And there's always, I mean, there's more stuff. We're going to start working on floor plan for a house. Since we're not building yet, we don't have to finalize it, but I'd like to get one finalized rather sooner rather than later. There's always stuff to be working on, always something new. And I guess what we didn't write down, and I guess I should, is after water catchment will be a shower. Mm-hmm. We want a better shower system than what we currently have. And I know my grandkids would like a better shower system than what we currently have. And for us to, again, start staying here year-round, we need to be able to take a shower during the wintertime when the wind's blowing and not completely freeze all the important bits off. But that's our plan for 2022. Hopefully you'll stay around. Subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you in the upcoming year. Y'all take care.